Welcome back. Sorry about the last video. I forgot to double check my settings, and I like to listen to music in the background while I'm doing all this, and I'm sure it really messed up with the quality of the video as far as like sound and audio recording, and I double checked, made sure everything was working, so hopefully that didn't mess up with everything. So last time we covered everything from Aardvark down. So that was, which one was it? I think it was Aaron. Yeah, we went from Aaron. We did AB, the ABA, Abachi. I hate Abachi. Abachi had like 5 things I needed to get. There was only one place, like 2 places that you can get anything for Abachi: the back, Abacus. And we finish off with Abalon, where this one was probably the most normal one outside of like Abacus and Abaft, because everything else just like it was. Look at this chaos. Look at this chaos. So yeah, we're gonna continue on, and if the trend has been going on, it continues as it has been. This probably will be another hour and a half, maybe an hour 45-minute video. I don't know. But we're just going to continue as such. And the very next word that we're going to start off today with. Whoops. No. Back up. Back up with that nonsense. Go back down. I'm trying to do a thing here. Sheets. It's actually abandon. Yeah, I need to abandon hope that this is going to be done in my lifetime. Oh my lord. Well, it's a good thing we already have an upside down here. Because, of course, why wouldn't a school have, like, an easy way to spell abandon? So that way everybody can understand it. Abandon. Because that really helps people understand how to say abandon, right? Totally. Let's see here. It looks like, wow. So this one really, they go to town with abandon. There's 3 parts to this, okay? So the first thing is they say this is a verb. And it means to leave and stop looking after, and they emphasize in this by saying someone. And they also add, whoops, nope, just dessert. And they add it as they added a example: abandon one's, oh my gosh, if I can type, abandon one's family. Okay, here's part 2. To cease to use or occupy and leave behind. And of course they do abandon ship. I'm sure everybody's seen that. Or abandon a disabled car. There's another one. They offered a lot of examples for this version of abandon. abandon one's farm and move to the city. Me personally, I don't think anybody would really want to truly abandon their farm. From my understanding, people are hightailing out of the cities heading to the farmlands. But I digress. Okay, third part. To give up. Cease work on. Stop trying to accomplish. I will never abandon this. I will I will persist to do this. Abandon an attempt. Abandon a project. Like I said, I'm not going to abandon this project. Even if nobody follows me and somebody digs up my YouTube channel or my Rumble channel 5, 10, 15 years, even like 100 years into the future, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing this because this has to be important to somebody. Because it was important enough to me to do this. So, to give up completely. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. To abandon completely. But we are going to still... Oh, this is not the last one. But yeah, we are still going to do all the examples that they give. To yield oneself to an impulse or emotion. Interesting. That I've never heard anybody say, use abandon to like essentially be like, I've never heard that. To use abandon. To abandon one to love. Because the example they give one is abandon oneself to despair. I'm not saying that's like, happy and joyful, but that's an interesting way. I've never heard of that. And I read a lot of books, just for the fun of it, and I've never heard anybody use abandon for an emotional context. They also add a noun, and they describe it as an action, condition, or manner of relaxed or reckless carelessness. Which, reckless abandon. I can see that. So it's like played his mouth organ with gay abandon. Okay, now hold on. Though anybody on here that's watching this, you gotta remember, the word for gay didn't just mean men on men. We'll get to that point when we get to gay, but it used to mean happy. It used to mean happy, but now nobody uses it for happy. It means the guy is kissing in the corner. Yeah, you guys got to remember this. There's more. Soldier rode with the skillful abandon. If I can spell abandon. of a cowboy. That's a very colorful. That's a very colorful way of putting it. And they even continue to say, they even added abandonment on here, which they also conclude is a noun. Now, I almost want to include like, it doesn't add anything for abandonment because I'm assuming that they include it with abandoned. Now, after this is abandoned, like the past tense, and I'm inclined to add that, but they have it with its own. It has its own definition and everything. So we're gonna leave that separate, especially if we look at what's it called? Webster's 1974 dictionary. And if abandoned is its own separate category, then we'll keep it separated. But we gotta look first. Yeah, abandoned is its own separate category. So we'll keep those separate. So abandoned, they have this technically split up into two different subcategories. So we'll put those together. So it's here. Upside down E. Where'd it go? Abandon. And they say this one's a verb, which is, that's interesting. I wouldn't think verb. Me, M-E, band, Bandunen, Abandunen, F-R, what's, A, Bandon. In one's Hawa. And of course it goes with to give up. Go on. My eyes skipped over this. Abandonen. And they added on to FR MF ban abandoner. FR Banner, FR Now this is straight up what is written here. Okay, I'm trying not to fudge anything. Like, I don't know why they keep doing abandoned in like 50 different ways to say it. And they added a comma. Also said it was a noun. Oops. Oops. Surrender. And then this is where the FR, abandon, in one's power. Alright, and then, let's see here. So it went from surrender, abandon one's power, to give up. Let's see here. There we go. Alright, so yeah, to give up. Colon. Forsake. Oh. Forsake. Desert. And they even added abandonment, which they also added at the end with a noun. Which that's just a lot of hoo-ha for essentially all of this. Like, I feel like you got a little more, like, you do get an understanding of what it means here, but I feel like this added a ton more information with, especially the emotional part, with to yield oneself to an impulse or emotion. But, hey, that's just me. That's just my opinion. Alright, Baby Dictionary. What do you have to say about abandon? Interesting. So they went the verb route with verb. And this one is just, oops, forsake. I love like these 1 to 2 words explanations that this dictionary gives. Like, like all these other ones have like a list of things it means, and it's just like, if you don't know what this means, then you're dumb. That's what it straight up feels like. Oh, I forgot. I literally just said that this has 2 parts in it, and I jumped straight ahead without even, like, you know, adding that part. What kind of goof am I? So that was part 1, and we'll add the second part of, this will include that, of, whoops. A thorough yield, or thorough yielding to natural impulses. And then the second part is, whoops, enthusiasm and exuberance. Yeah, there we go. There, I almost goofed on that. That was the goof on my part. Alright. Now, Oxford. So abandon. They don't even add a pronunciation on this. They just say verb. First one is leave permanently. And then also give up in action or practice completely. And they had in parentheses on this one, abandon yourself to give in to something completely. They added the noun as well. Complete lack of self-control. And you know what? Answer swung. There we go. It's wild abandoned. Even added at the very end. The abandonment. With the noun at the end. But yeah, I just remembered, I have heard in media where they use abandon to yield to oneself to impulse emotion or something like that. And it just pops in my head. It's actually, I heard it from the Phantom of the Opera, which, you know, if anybody's actually seen it, it's when the Phantom's singing to Christine and he's saying, abandon all your senses. Hold on. The music of the night. Lyrics. Now let's see here. I remember music. That was a little side tangent, my apologies. Let's see here. There you are. Come here. Now logically, if it continues the way it has been. Interesting. So that is all the same, but there's more. Better. It's right here. It's not much different, but oops. I just had to double check I was reading that correctly. Métier or métier. So yeah, it's wait. And this that's different too. To hand over. Well, hand over, comma, put in someone's control. Yeah, that's what that says. That's interesting. They added that little tidbit right there. The abandoned, of course, is in its own separate thing. And then, actually, hold on. This is also slightly different. So, instead have ESP exuberance. And that is it. A thorough yielding to a natural impulse. Let me correct that. There we go. Yeah, so these are pretty much the same definitions, just subtle differences. Curious what made them want to change that. Alright, so the next one is this one. Abandon. Okay, this one has two parts. So the noun of, like, you know, to abandon to enthusiasm and exuberance. So verb first. Whoops, no. There we go. Alright, and then Oxford. Oh yeah, I should, hold on. To withdraw from the face of danger, to cease from maintaining, practicing, or using. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, they also have this in two parts as well. Oh, wrong one. So I'm actually going to add a 2 here. The 1 there. There we go. And then abandon. So they added to that, saying to leave somebody, especially somebody you are responsible for, with no intention of returning. Abandon somebody, like the baby has been abandoned by its mother. People often abandon their pets when they go abroad. Abandon somebody to something. We have been abandoned to our fate, said one resident. Study showed a deep fear among the elderly of being abandoned to the care of strangers. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. Patriotism, if it wasn't obvious, like when I was doing this. Yeah, this is It's on Labor Day. Yeah, I'm recording in advance. How dare I, right? Habited. Condemn someone or something to a specified fate by ceasing to take interest in them. Yep. To allow oneself to indulge in a desire or impulse. They abandon themselves to the spa. Well, holy cow. Alright, we're gonna... Hold on. So we're gonna just get rid of all that. We don't need the similar and opposites, because that's just too much. Look at all that. That was just like similes. Oh yeah, that's a little better. That's a little cleaned up. All right, Wikipedia. Oops. Yo. 500 pages? Hold on. Yo! Oh no, that's too much. Alright, so... What did we say what happened? Use another source, similar, not specific. We're doing not specific. So this one, not specific. Whoops, wrong one. Not specific. And this one we did as the OG. No, that's too dark. Alright, this one is just similar. Same with this one. Similar. What the heck? Yeah, I'm pretty sure all these are all just similar. Yeah, there's nothing new, really. Yeah, you're just abandoning things and everything like that. Is this like the first line where everything but like Wikipedia is similar? Whoops. Yeah, it is the first one where everything but Wikipedia was similar, but that's just because Wikipedia doesn't know how to, like, you know, control itself. Interesting. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna need that. Because the next one, as we established, was abandoned. Abandoned. They added just a D on the end. Abandoned. And this one is actually an adjective. And it's just like, I think, the past tense of everything that we established. So deserted or given up. Dearest. Oops. Abandoned house. Abandoned cars along the road. The second one is recklessly. Unrestrained. An abandoned life of luxury. I would love an abandoned life of luxury, man. But unfortunately, that's on my cards to have, which is unfortunate. It's not on a lot of people's cards. So this is pretty much the same. Oops. Only difference is instead of space, it's a dash. Also an adjective. Morally unrestrained. They added a synonym, which is say is profligate, dissolute. So I guess that would be new because they haven't added synonyms before. And then as far as our baby dictionary, they did not have abandoned, just abandoned. Which I'm assuming you're like, you guys are smart people, you know what abandoned means. You don't need to have the past tense version of it. Oh my gosh. There you go. This is interesting. So they also have this as an adjective. And they put wild, uncontrolled. Fascinating. That's a short one from Oxford. And as for the 2022 Merriam-Webster Dictionary, morally unrestrained. So they made it very clear, synonyms. So profligate, dissolute, and they even added one more. Reprobate. That's what they added. That's interesting. See if anything comes up for abandoned. So left without needed protection, care, or support. Left by the owner, left to fall into a state of disuse, no longer held or thought of, given up. Abandoned hope and dreams. Oh, that's so sad. Wholly free from restraint. Okay. We don't need that. I'll leave that alone. Actually, we'll leave that too. Cool. See if this pops up different. Yep, it does. Sweet. And then Google. Google AI just did this one. So we'll read this. Abandoned is an adjective, left, deserted, or given up, such as an abandoned house. It can also be a verb meaning to give up or discontinue. If you're looking for a specific meaning, such as the movie title, a popular example is the 2022 horror film Abandoned, starring Emma Roberts. I don't want to. I'm good. Not looking to watch a movie. But they did bring something new to the table. And Wikipedia didn't add anything. There you go. So there's that one. And this one. They brought in something new with the synonyms. Wild and controlled. That's similar. Oops. We'll count it as something new because of reprobate. car. That one's similar. Left and no longer wanted, used or needed in abandoned house, car. Yeah, that one similar. And this, I would say, would be, I think we agreed that it was going to be something somewhat new because it mentioned the movie, even though that's not what I asked for. Cool. Alright, next one is a base. Yep. Let's see here. What I'm doing is very important. The base. This is a verb. And it's giving you a based. Well, no. A based or a basing. To lower in rank, dignity, or reputation. Also means humble. That's interesting. And they added a basement. Oh, wait, technically it's a basement, which is a noun. Okay, so to lower in rank, dignity, or reputation, or to be humble. So I guess if you you mess up or something like that, that would count as a basement. That's interesting. Or to be based. If you get caught in the line or something. Yep. It's a verb. Wait. Based, basing, humble, to degrade. Ooh. Hold on. I didn't do that right. Humble, degrade. They also add abasement, which they also add as a noun. To degrade. Oh, that sucks. Baby dictionary. This will be interesting if this is like a short definition for everyone. Yep, this one is just as verb, and degrade is what they have. And then Oxford. Oh, whoops. A base. Bases, a basing, a based. A base yourself. Behave in a way that causes other people to lose their respect for you. Oof. It's hard. Basement. They even added origin. Old French. Yeah. Which means wait. Oh wait, no. To lower is what that means. Oh, whoops. With how everything has been running in this country, there's a lot of people abasing themselves. Oh my gosh, I have a word to say to people: don't abase yourself. My respect for you is diminishing by the second. Don't abase yourself. There you go. Do some one-liners and confuse people all at the same time. Better yet, just toss in the tiny Webster dictionary at them. You're like, here you go. Become educated. Oh yeah, I haven't gone to any college, so I'm doing this by just reading the dictionary. Now you too can do this. Let's see here. Abased, abasing, that's the same. Humble, degrade. In the basement. Yeah, this is word for word. Oh, whoops. There you go. Word for word, same thing. Okay. What's the dictionary? You got any anything else for a base? Alright, abased, abasing. To lower in rank in office, prestige, or esteem. The shame that had abased him within and without. To lower physically. Oh, that's the archaic version. As we enter among them in the great elephant, as we enter among them, the great elephant makes us bow in the best style of elephantine courtesy, bending lowly down to his mountain bulk, with trunk abased and length like thrusted or thrust out behind. What the heck? That's it's a mouthful. So there you go. Now you know it means also like to lower yourself physically. The more you know. Oops. Yourself to act in a way that shows that you accept somebody's power over you. Ooh, that's that's different. That is different. Okay, this might be the first one that's going to be actually different. Whoop. Base yourself to act in a way that shows that you accept somebody's power over you. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Because that's what this kind of means. But it's behave in a way that causes other people to lose their respect for you. But this is mentioning power dynamics. Alright, so this is going to be the first one that's going to be different. What was the color for that? Different definition. There we go. So I'm going to immediately mark that, because that's definitely different. Base yourself to act in a way that shows that you accept somebody's power over you. I mean, it makes sense, because to act humble, but you're degrading somebody at the same time. Interesting. Okay. Behave in a way that belittles or degrades someone. I watch my colleagues abasing themselves before the board of trustees. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, the power dynamic, the power part is what intrigues me in all this. Yeah, it's the power. It's the power that like stands out to me. Yeah, let's just try that. It's seriously? Like, talk? Yeah, there's nothing. You're too light. That's fine. That's why it's throwing me off. Alright. Similar. this one I don't know. Because it's like this one, but it's also like these. I'm going to say it's similar. But we're going to leave this one different. That's our first different definition. Because, yeah, it has, like, you know, the idea that you're humbling yourself before somebody, but it's specifically mentioning the power dynamic of the basing, which is just some interesting thing that the other dictionaries didn't bring up. So next one is, abash. Avast ye cookies. So, E-S-N-E. Whoops. Okay, abash is a verb okay. To make ashamed or uneasy, embarrass, disconcert. To make, so it's like bashing somebody, but abash. It's the action that you're bashing somebody. Okay. So I'm thinking this is going to have a similar context, bash. This one goes on to say, oops. To destroy. Interesting to use these words, destroy the composure. To destroy the composure of, and embarrass. There's also abashment, which they are adding to say is a noun for abashment. This one they say they're doing a verb and it's embarrass. So let's embarrass. Okay. Oxford. So they don't have a bash, they have abashed. I'm going to add in parentheses abashed. No, you know what? So I didn't see abashed in the other dictionaries. Let me double check, hold on. Because there's no bash here. Yeah, it's just a bash. That's just a bash. I didn't see a bash in the 81. Let me double check with the 90, the 74. Yeah, it's just a bash. So, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do abashed here. It's an adjective. And they go on to say embarrassed or ashamed. This one is origin as well for Old French. Esbert. Oh, I gotta do that. Esbert. And that's utterly astound. So this one is for sure a different definition. Like, it's the same, but at the same time, it's different because it's like, this is the action of it, but that's different because it's the adjective and it's abashed past tense. If that makes sense. Let's see about 2022. Let's see if it has both abash and or abashed. Just embash. To destroy the composure of or embarrass. Yeah, it's this. Okay. Abash. To destroy the self-possession or self-confidence of somebody. He had never blushed in his life. No humiliation could abash him. Oh my gosh, if I can just stop grabbing F, that'd be great. How about abashed? Yeah, there's abashed. So they don't have abashed, they have abashed. Only the past tense. This one will do the entire thing as well. And I'm also gonna make this, because that's technically different. It's different. It's adjective, not the verb. Okay, Google. All right, to make this is suggesting it's making somebody else feel embarrassed, disconcerted, or ashamed Whereas this is suggesting embarrassed or ashamed because of something that you have done. Yeah, so these are two completely different, like, they have the same context as far as making a person, whether it be you or another person, feel embarrassed, disconcerted, or ashamed because of something you did or that you're doing to them. But this is suggesting this is somebody else, and this is suggesting this is suggesting you're somebody else. This is something you did. Somebody else, something you did. That's fascinating. So we already have some decent discrepancies right here with Oxford versus the majority of everyone else. Alright, let's see about Wikipedia. Abash. No, I typed in Abash. It doesn't exist. Because it brings up Ablesh. I don't know. Ablesh is a neighborhood in the city of District of Khuzestan in the province in Iran. This is a place in Iran. I'm not looking for a place in Iran. I'm looking for the word Abash. You don't have it. Okay, so this is why I wanted to go through all the words in the dictionaries. This right here is a prime example of why, because people will have access to different dictionaries and have understanding of different words differently. And right here is a perfect example, because this is suggesting something you've done to yourself, and then everything else is suggesting something you're doing to somebody. And I honestly, I thought I was going to go crazy and say, I'm just reading into it, I must have misread one word or something like that in one of these dictionaries. This right here just proves that I'm not wrong. Because back to back we have discrepancies. No discrepancies right here. Alright, the next one is abate. And then, hold on. This is where I kind of wish I had a desk or something like this to do. I don't have that. I'm just making do with what I have on hand. Oh no, I need this. Alright, and this is a verb. And they also added abated or abating, to make or become less in amount or intensity. An example, the horse turned the curve without abating his speed. The storm has abated. They also included abatement. Wait. No, just abatement here. Which they also said is a noun. abate. Hang on a second. Okay, so they have abate and abatement in two separate definitions. So I'll put the abatements at the very bottom, like they have down here for abatement, but I'll have it like, set up in case I need to put in a separate tab, depending on if the other dictionaries have abatement separate from abate. So, abated, abating, they have two separate things here. To put up an end to abate, oops. Oh my gosh. Abating a nuisance. And have another definition. Oops. To decrease in amount, number, or degree. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to put abatement right here, and we're going to do caps on that and bold. Abatement. It down as a noun, and this one also has two different definitions. Decrease, which is the same as abate. Oops. An amount abated. A deduction from the full amount of a tax. So that's interesting. So let's see if the other ones have abatement separate from abate, and if they don't, then I'll make this one, I think I have one that was similar and different definition. Alright, abate is, there's just one abate, it's just abate here, not abatement. And for this, they're saying verb, and they put down lesson. Okay. And Oxford, abated. Something bad become less severe or widespread. Okay. It's similar to this, but this one specified of something bad. So I'm going to say this added something to it. And as far as abatement, they have it on the same definition here with the noun. And they even added the origin. This is also Old French of abattre. I can't speak French for the life of me, so I'm hoping I said that correctly. But like, if anybody French is reading, I'm saying this, let me know. Did I say that? Abattre? Because I know Latin and is like derivative, or no, Spanish is derivative of Latin, and so is French. So I'm trying to say it how I would say it if I were Hispanic, which is abattre. So let me know if I said that correctly. If not, correct me. Because I'm focusing on English definitions. I can't go around trying to listen to all the sounds of each of the French words, or each of the German words, or any of the other words in dictionaries. I'm trying to stay on task here. I did fall off the deep end a little bit when I was looking at the end of the opera, but that was just because I had to vindicate myself that I was remembering the lyrics correctly. So this one, the 2022 version, to put it into a nuisance, and then to decrease the amount, number, or degree, which is what this one is. And then abatement is also separate here, and it says decrease, and then an amount abated, ESP, a deduction from a tax. Yeah, so this is still word for word the same. So these two are going to be similar but different. I think I chose that one. I think that's the color I chose. Yeah, similar but different. Alright, and then abate. To decrease in force or intensity, waiting for the storm to abate, to become defeated or become null or void as of a writ or appeal, to decrease the amount in value. Legacies abated the opportunity. Transitive verb, to put it into abate a nuisance, to nullify a sense. Abate a writ, to reduce in degree intensity, to reduce the value or amount, to make less, especially by the way of relief. So abate tax, to deduct, omit, abate part of the price, to beat down or cut away so as to leave a figure in relief. Obsolete, blunt, okay. To deprive, okay. That's a lot. And we're going to also add abatement on here because it is different as well. Anything else? No. Hold on. The act or process of reducing or otherwise abating something. The state of being abated, devise tax credits, refunds, and abatements to benefit private corporations. Greater. And we gotta make sure to give that the green. Similar but different. Alright, and then Oxford. Abate. And Google. Something perceived as hostile, threatening, or negative become less intense or widespread. I'm glad those freaking fires finally abate or abated. What do you think? Did I use that correctly? All right, let's get rid of that. And then Wikipedia. Oh, abate. Nothing. Wikipedia, you're failing. What are you here for? What? Why did I decide to include you when you haven't added anything new since? Which one was it? It was this one. Abalone. It says abalone. You haven't added anything new. Oh, too dark. Similar. That's widespread. Similar. There you go. Oops. Next one on the list. Abattoir. Maybe that. on. Nope, that's not it either. There it is. Abattoir. An abattoir is a noun. An abattoir is a slaughterhouse. What? We have a word for a slaughterhouse outside of a an abattoir. That's a very fancy way of saying we're gonna kill something in here, man. What? Alright, let's see what Webster has to say. What's an abattoir? Oh my lord. Okay. They didn't just do abattoir. They did abatis. So this word isn't here because I didn't see an abatis there. Let me double check. Let me double check. You know, you gotta check all your references, right? Abattoir. There's no abatis. Okay. So abatis. Where'd it go? Abatis. So A-B, whoops. Abate. Wait a minute. Abate. Okay. Oops. And there was also oops, I copied the wrong one. Abatas. Alright. And that is a noun, which, with a plural of abatis, which I added another another one of these. But I added a Z at the end. I don't know how much that makes a difference. For abatisis, which, oh my lord. abatis or abatissus, which they added at the end of it, dash I swear, someone literally had a stroke on the keyboard while they were typing up this definition. Look at all that. That's a lot of nonsense. A defensive obstacle of felled trees with sharpened branches facing the enemy. That's interesting. Hold on. We gotta look at this real quick. Abatis. I've been wondering about like the X looking things. Got it. Cool. And we're gonna close that out because that's looking ahead. Because we gotta look at abattoir first. So abattoir straight up. It's a noun. Oops. Slaughterhouse. That's a lot of nonsense for just slaughterhouse. Whoops. Let me just fix that. Okay. Cool. Daily Dictionary. Do you have abatis or slaughterhouse? Or, abattoir. So abatis is here. And they basically put it down as a noun. Whoops. And they call it a barricade. And then for this one, they put down a noun. Oops. Toi. And they also put down slaughterhouse. Okay, Oxford. There's no abatis here. No abatis. The abattoir so this is how they pronounce it. Abattoir. Noun. And they also put down Brit here. A slaughterhouse. Abattoir. We're gonna go to the abattoir. I dare anybody who owns cows to walk up to their cows or pigs or chickens and say, "You're gonna go to the abattoir if you don't calm down." Abattoir. That's a fun way. That's a fun way to say abattoir. All right. So this one doesn't have an abatis either. No no abatis. Maybe it's because it's no longer being used? But, yeah, there's no abatis anymore. And then, oops. So this is all the same, save for right before they do slaughterhouse. They have an F. F in chat for the animals that go to the abattoir. Alright. So, abatis. Okay, so at least their definition is still there on the internet side. And then hold on. Did I spell that right? Abbott, oh, it's two T's. Wait, what? Hang on a second. Let me put up their thing. A-B-A-T-T-O-I. Oh. O-I. There it is. A place where animals are butchered. The slaughterhouse. They didn't bounce around. A place where animals are butchered. Alright. Abatis. Let's see if this comes up. And I'm spelling that right. Yeah, abatis. So they don't have abatis. Interesting. It doesn't exist. Two T's, O-I, A-B-A-T-T-O-I-R, abattoir. A building where animals are killed for food. What? Alright. Google. I saw this earlier, but let's just pull it up. Abatis. An abatis, or abatis, is a military defense barrier made of felled trees or logs with the branches often sharpened and facing the enemy, interlaced together to impede and slow an attacking force. Historically used to strengthen fortifications, they were often supplemented with barbed wire and served to prevent surprise attacks, delay enemies, and inflict casualties. I imagine they were very useful for wartime with horses, because if you're not paying attention, which I imagine a lot of hot-blooded military men were, they often would just run head first, especially if it's like hidden, and that poor person would die. That is just so mean. I didn't even look at the pictures. I deliberately typed it in, and I went away from my screen after I hit enter. And you can see the carcasses. Oh my gosh. Look, she's smiling. Oh my gosh. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The abattoir. And get used to it, because until you know, animals stop tasting delicious, I highly doubt anybody's going to stop eating anything from the abattoir. You can't stop people from eating delicious meats. Alright. Come on, Wikipedia. There you go. You're finally doing something, Wikipedia. Do you have abattoir? Whoops. You're just pulling up slaughterhouse. I don't want to know just about slaughterhouse. I need the abattoir. Oh, okay, here we go. In livestock agriculture and the meat industry, a slaughterhouse, also called an abattoir, is a facility where livestock animals are slaughtered to provide food. Slaughterhouses supply meat, which then becomes the responsibility of the meat packing facility. Slaughterhouses that produce meat that is not intended for human consumption are sometimes referred as the knacker's yard or knackeries. This is where animals are slaughtered that are not fit for human consumption and that can no longer work on a farm, such as retired workhorses. Slaughtering animals on a large scale poses significant issues in terms of logistics, animal welfare, and the environment, and the process must meet public health requirements. Due to public aversion in different cultures, determining where to build slaughterhouses is also a matter of some consideration. Frequently, animal rights groups raise concerns about the methods of transport to and from slaughterhouses, preparation prior to slaughter, animal herding, stunning methods, and the killing itself. Yeah, I've seen plenty of those protests. How do you propose we transport these animals to slaughterhouses that you don't want to live near? Because they can't be exactly in the fields or near the neighborhoods or anything that are close to the fields where these cows are being raised. And it's a long trek. You're going to force a cow to walk all the way to its deathbed? No, we're going to transport it into giant animal trucks. What are they called? I'll just say animal trucks. Where are you? Yeah, these guys. It's like something like that. Animal. Here. Semi-trucks. Yeah, see? Cattle hauler. There we go. That's what we generally call it, is cattle haulers. Like, these are meant to be, you know, make it so that way they don't fall. Like, during transportation, if you stuff enough animals into one area, they just rock against each other back and forth on the interstate. And there's plenty of airflow so that you can breathe, it's fine. And they have hay inside there, so that way they're standing on something soft rather than just hard metal. But how do you expect to transport a bunch of animals to different slaughterhouses to die? I don't understand some people. Abattoir. Like, I love how it's significant. Like, it was the same here. That's the same. Oops, that's dark. That's the same. Yeah, these are all the same. It's just, like, we know all these are all basically the same thing. But this one is the one that included a little more information. So Wikipedia, you're pulling up. All right, and then this, that one's similar. That was similar. There we go. Where did we start? Abandon. Yeah, we started at abandon. So we've done 6 words so far. Dude, at this rate, I'm not gonna get anywhere. Let's do one more. We'll do one more, and then I'm gonna stop for now, and then probably continuing recording another time. The abattoir. Abattoir. All right. Next word is, whoops. Abyss. Nope. So an abyss is a noun, which means a nun who is the head of a convent. Interesting. A little more religious here. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, Webster decided I got to do 3 more words, not just 1, 3, because after abattoir is an abacy and an abbey. Hold on. No. Is that the right? Nope. There we go. So these aren't there. So an abacy Oh my gosh. Go away. Noun, of course. Abbacy. They want to include the plural, which includes abbacies. And an abbacy is, no, not the house, the office or term of office of an abbot or abbess. Yeah. And then an abbé abbé. Also a noun. And it says a member of the French secular clergy. And it says it's used as a title. Then abbess. Superior of the convent of nuns, or convent for nuns. Superior of a convent for nuns. Yep. So let me double check American. Let's see here. Yeah, it goes from abattoir to abbess. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything because these are two pretty big words that would have a lot to do with abbess. So it doesn't make sense to just have abbess suddenly appear after slaughterhouse. But you know, who am I to judge? I'm just, you know, an uneducated person reading all the dictionaries. Giving a slight opinion based on what I know. Alright, so this has abbacy and abbé and abbess, so that has all three. Good Lord, good Lord. One of these days I will get this right. It's an abbacy, noun, office of abbot, also a noun, and they say this is a priest, also a noun, and they put this as the governess of nuns. Okay. Oxford, what do you guys say? Okay, so Oxford doesn't have these two. But they have an abbess. Noun. And they even put a woman who is the head of an abbey of nuns. Alright, so 2022. They have abbacy, abbey, and abbess. Alright, so first one, abbacy with the spelling or the pronunciation, noun plural, abbacies, the office or term of office of an abbot or abbess. Yep, that's right. And then abbé with the pronunciation, noun, a member of the French secular clergy used as a title. Yep. Hold on. We need to fix that. Alright, and then an abbess with the pronunciation, noun, the superior of a convent for nuns. Yep, those are all word for word. All the same. Alright. Abbacy, right? Oh, two B's. Abbacy. Okay, so the office, dignity, jurisdiction, or tenure of an abbot. Okay? And then abbé. A member of the French secular clergy in a major or minor orders, used as a title. Yeah, that's the same. A woman who is the superior of a convent of nuns. Yep. I was grabbing F, now I was grabbing C, now I'm grabbing D. Oh my gosh. I did not spell a botch, did I? A-B-B-A-C-Y. There we go. Hold on. Really? Abbacy's not there. Alright, how about abbé? Not there either. Abbess. That is there. Okay. Abbacy. Google. Abbé. In French, an abbot or other cleric. And then, oops, Google. Yes. A woman who is the head of the Abbey of Nuns. Okay, Wikipedia. Abbacy. The office of an abbot. I'll take it. I will take it. I'll take this one because that's what it is. Abbey. Nope, not specific enough. And then, oops, Wikipedia. And there it is. There we go. Oops, I did not mean to do that. There you go. We got through quite a bit of words today. Yeah, we did abandon, so that was 22, and we went down to 31, so we did about 9 words today. And I think that turned out pretty good. And it's just funny to see a bash or base have different definitions. But you know, no, that's a bash. That's a bashed. This one, yeah, no, I'm gonna stand by it because this is a bash. They didn't have a bash. They had a bashed. So I'm going to stand by that's different because these ones were similar but different because they had abatement in it versus abashed and then the power. It's still one of the things I won't get over. So anyways, thank you for joining me. Hopefully I'll have more videos coming out consistently. I hope you appreciate this. This little bit of discovery into different words in the world. Slaughterhouse. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.